Hello students, welcome to Umadevi Children Academy. The our chapter is the acid, base and salt, and the topic is the sodium hydroxide and the carbonate property. Here we are discussing the properties of hydroxide and the sodium carbonate. Right students? So first one is the sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is the sodium hydroxide is commonly known as a caustic soda, the common name. Whatever salts are there, all the chemical salt, the scientist has mentioned the two names. One is the scientific name based on the formula, another is the common name. The common name they are find based on their property. Right students? Based on their property, or some common names are they find based on their nature. Some common property they common names are find based on their availability. Right students? So that is the common name is caustic soda. Caustic soda means the NaOH. Right students? Okay. The preparation of sodium hydroxide. The first method is from electrolysis of NaCl. Right students? When electricity is passed through the aqueous solution of sodium chloride nothing but a brine solution. It means the water, the NaCl salt is there, the NaCl salt in a aqueous form. Aqueous form means the solid salt in which we are adding the water, then NaCl completely dissolved in water. That solution we called as a brine solution. Right students? It dissociates to form the sodium hydroxide, chlorine and hydrogen gas. The three products are formed here. When NaCl dissociated through the electrolysis, with the help of electrolysis, it forms sodium hydroxide, chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. Three different products are formed here. How they forms? Let's see here. So chlorine gas produced at the anode, hydrogen gas produced at the cathode, sodium hydroxide produced at the in the beaker or may say container. Right. So here we are using the container. In this container we are dipped the two electrodes like this students, connected with the battery. Here we are using the NaCl we are using here, NaCl. When you switch on the battery, then what happens students? Here it contains water also, water from which hydrogen gas move towards at the cathode, right, and chlorine from NaCl which move towards at anode, right. So chlorine gas are move towards at the anode, hydrogen gas move towards at the cathode, and sodium hydroxide produced in the beaker or container. The reaction students, 2NaCl react with the water to form NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide students, or you may say caustic soda, chlorine gas and hydrogen gas are liberated. How these reactions are occur students? Okay, how these reactions are occurs? Let's see in the next. Okay, here we are using the students the beaker in which we are using the water and NaCl, right. When we carry the electrolysis, what happens students? We are using here water, H2O, and we are using here the NaCl. That is, this mixture we called as a brine solution. Right students? Okay, here in this case what happens students? It dissociates to form H plus and OH minus, right? And NaCl dissociate to form Na plus and Cl minus, right? So here in the solution, two positive charge ions are present, 1, 2, and two negative charge ions are present. Right, students? So these hydrogen ions are moved towards at the cathode. Look at here, hydrogens are moved towards at the cathode, and these chlorine ions which move towards at the anode. Look at here, students, anode. Hydrogen move, hydrogen is cancelled from the solution because it move at the cathode. Chlorine is cancelled because the chlorine move towards at the cathode. What is the left in the solution? Just only Na plus OH minus is left here. Though look at here, Na plus and OH minus is left here, right? So question arises in our mind, why hydrogens are moved towards at the cathode rather than sodium ion or other ions? Because here the reasons I mentioned here, hydrogen gas less reactive than sodium. Here hydrogen is the less reactive than the sodium, so that's why it moved towards at the hydrogen at the cathode. Right, students? Understood? In this case, what we are mentioned, hydrogen gas is less reactive than the sodium, right? Less reactive than the sodium. So hydrogen ion is less reactive than the sodium ion. So that's why hydrogen is less reactive. So less reactive species attract at the cathode. Understood, students? Understood? Okay. Next, so cathode rather than sodium. So sodium remains in the solution. Sodium remains in the solution here, students. Right. And next is the chlorine is more simple than OH. Chlorine is more simple than OH. It means the chlorine is also the less reactive. Chlorine is also less reactive. So less reactive species attract at the anode, right? That's why the OH is remains in the solution. Here the OH, students. Here OH. This is OH, right? So chlorine is more simpler, means the Cl minus is less reactive than OH minus. So that's why chlorine attract to the anode, right? And the two forms here Na plus OH minus. This is the Na plus OH minus, one Na plus OH minus. This is another Na plus OH minus. So hydrogen turns into hydrogen gas, chlorine turns into chlorine gas. They are evaporated, students. They turns into gas. After that, they are evaporated in the atmosphere. Understood, students? So that's why in this reaction we are mentioned here, NaCl react with water to form NaOH in the solution. Chlorine gas is evaporated as a gaseous form. Hydrogen also evaporated as a gaseous form. Right, students? Okay, this is the diagram, students. I hope you understood this electrolysis of brine solution to form NaOH. This is NaOH. So process of electrolysis, aqueous sodium hydroxide called as chlor-alkali process. This is the most important, students. Sometimes they ask what is chlor-alkali process. Chlor-alkali process means, so chlor-alkali process, the chlor-alkali process means the electrolysis of aqueous sodium hydroxide to liberate the chlorine gas and the formation of alkali, that is called chlor-alkali. Right, students? Electrolysis of sodium chloride to form chlorine gas and alkali sodium hydroxide called as chlor-alkali process. Because the chlor means chlorine, alkali means sodium hydroxide. Formation of chlorine and formation of sodium hydroxide called as chlor-alkali process. Understood, students? Okay. Uses of sodium hydroxide. It is used in manufacture of soap and detergent. So what are the soaps and detergents are there? That preparation purpose we have to use the sodium hydroxide. Okay. And the sodium hydroxide also used in the artificial textile fibers and rayons. So what are the plastic, the polyester cloths are there. the polyester cloth purpose we had to use the polyester cloth, that nothing but a rayon. Rayon means polyester cloth which is having the polyester, that is called rayon, the textile fibers. So it is used in manufacture of paper. It is purifying the bauxite. Bauxite, student, bauxite means the impure aluminum. When we are dig out the underground, the aluminum which available in the impure form, so that is we call as a bauxite. That impure aluminum are purified with the help of sodium hydroxide. That's why it is used here. Right, students? Bauxite means extraction of aluminum. Okay. It is used in oil refining purpose and making dye purpose. Color purpose also used. Right, students? And uses of chlorine here. Chlorines are used in the sterilize the drinking water in swimming pool, because chlorines are the disinfectant to kill the germs and bacteria. So the chlorine are used for the drinking water, purification of drinking water purpose. Chlorine is used because chlorine, which is the act as a disinfectant to kill the germs from the water. And chlorine also used in the swimming pool, because the many people has to be swimming in that pool. So that's why the water is so dirty, and water in which the many germs, bacteria develop. To prevent the bacteria and germs, that purpose in swimming pool they are adding the chlorines. Right, students? And it is used in production of bleaching. So bleaching means it is a process of the cleaning cloth, cleaning papers, or you may say whitening cloth, whitening paper. That is we call as a bleaching. Right, students? What are some papers are there? The Xerox paper, white sheets are there, completely white. So that is the bleached paper, right? And some cloths are there. The cloths are completely white. We are giving for a dry cleaning. The dry cleaning purpose, whatever the chemical he used, person has used the chemicals, that is the bleach powder. So bleaching. Right, students? And next is production of HCl and making plastics, that is polyvinyl chlorides. It also short form is PVC, polyvinyl chlorides. It is used in making solvent in a dry cleaning. Now only I explain, students, the dry cleaning purpose it is used. The dry cleaning purpose it is used here. So in the dry cleaning, which chemical use? Trichloroethane. The trichloroethane chemical used to bleach the cloth. Right, friends? Okay, next is the uses of hydrogen. Hydrogen is used in the hydrogenation of oil and fats, called as vegetable, ghee or margarine. So whatever the oils are there, the oils and fats in which we are passing the hydrogen gas. So hydrogen gas are contact with the oil and combine with the oil to form the vegetable ghee. Students? Okay, and hydrogen also used in manufacture of HCl. Hydrogen combined with chlorine to form HCl. Hydrogen also used in making ammonia. Ammonia means NH3, students. Ammonia means NH3 purpose we are used here. And the hydrogen, liquid hydrogen used as a fuel for rocket. So what are the rockets are there? The rocket in which the fuel purpose using the hydrogen gas. And the next, students, the uses of hydrochloric acid. The hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, it is used in the cleaning the iron sheet before galvanization. So galvanization means, students, it is a kind of process to any metal, or you may say iron metals are coated with the zinc, right? The iron metals are coated with the zinc. That process we called as galvanizations, right? Or like this, students. So this is the plate, iron plate. So iron plates are kept into open atmosphere. What happened? It rusted. So that purpose, what we have to do, some people are applying the zinc, as we are applying the paint over the iron piece or iron metal. Similarly, here iron piece we are coated with the zinc. That is we called galvanizations. Right, friends? So before galvanization process, here used the clean the iron sheets, right? Because whatever the dust particles are there, dust particles are completely cleaned. That's why it is used here. And the preparation of chlorides, ammonium chlorides, it is used in preparation of cosmetics, medicine and cosmetics. Whatever some medicines are there, the medicine purpose and the some cosmetics purpose, it is used here. And it is also used in the textile industry. Textile means for bleach, for the bleach purpose it is used. It means cleaning purpose. It is also used in tanning industry. Tanning means, friends, the skin, the whatever the animal skins are there, animal skins are used to make the belt, purse, wallet, etc. So that process we call as a tanning, right? And okay, students, next is the washing soda, Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. So washing soda chemical name, is sodium carbonate. This is sodium carbonate decahydrate. Deca means 10, hydrate means H2O, right? Right, friends? So deca means 10, hydrate means H2O, right, friends? So here we are using the 10H2O, that is called decahydrate. Right, friends? Decahydrate means 10H2O, right? Understood? Okay. The sodium carbonate decahydrate means sodium carbonate contain 10 water molecules, right? Sodium carbonate decahydrate. Why we are using the decahydrate word? Because that it contain the 10 water molecule. That's why it is called as a decahydrate. Right, friends? So if sodium carbonate in which absence of water, sodium carbonate means there is no water, there is absence, water is present, water is absent. So in this case, such type of sodium carbonate we called as a anhydrous sodium carbonate, right? Anhydrous sodium carbonate. Understood, students? So when water is present, it is called as a the decahydrate. One water present, monohydrate 2 present, dihydrate 3 present, trihydrate 10 present, decahydrate. Right, friends? Okay. If the sodium carbonate in which there is no water, there is absence of water, called as anhydrous sodium carbonate, that is Na2CO3. Look at here the difference. Na2CO3 and here is Na2CO3 dot H2O. Right, friends? H2. It means the what is decahydrate is called whatever the salt is there, salt like this cube like salt, it is like a cube. So cube which is absorbing the 10 moles of H2O. It's absorbing only 10 moles, not more than 10. It only absorb 10 moles of H2O. So that's why it is called as a decahydrate, right? Here we are not applying any water. Here in this case we are not applying any water, so it is just anhydrous. Anhydrous means no water. Anhydrous means no water. Sorry. So anhydrous means no water, no H2O. Right, friends? Preparation of sodium carbonate, or you may say sodium carbonate decahydrate. Here in this reaction we are using the 3 steps. The step 1, sodium chloride react with ammonia, water, carbon dioxide. Sodium chloride react with the ammonia, water, carbon dioxide. 4 species react with each other to form sodium bicarbonate, or you may say sodium hydrogen carbonate, ammonium chloride. Right, students? Understood? Step 2, sodium hydrogen carbonate heated to form sodium carbonate by elimination of water and carbon dioxide. Look at it, students. The sodium carbonate we are heating here. We are heating. So it means the heat is on the left hand side. Heat is left hand side means it is the endothermic reactions. Right, students? The last chapter we have discussed the endothermic reaction. So heat is on the left hand side. So it is called as a endothermic reaction. So sodium carbonate we are heating, then it turns into sodium carbonate, carbon dioxide and water. Right, students? Sodium bicarbonate on heating to form sodium carbonate, carbon dioxide and water. Right, students? Step 3, anhydrous sodium carbonate add water to form sodium carbonate decahydrate. Look at the students reaction. Sodium carbonate in which we are adding the 10 water. It absorb only 10 water. Right? It absorb only 10 water, not more than 10. Only it absorb 10 water to form sodium decahydrate, that is washing soda. Right, students? So properties of washing soda is it is a transparent crystalline solid. It is a transparent solid. It is transparent like a glass. Glass, transparent glass are available. Like that, it is a transparent crystalline solid. Crystalline means it is the like a sugar particle is there, na? Sugar particle. Have you seen the sugar particle in your house? The sugar particle like this. It is a crystalline form. Right, students? Okay, and it is a soluble in water. It is washing soda, washing soda, water is alkaline. Washing soda alkaline. If washing soda are mixed with alkaline solution, in which you may dip the litmus paper, red litmus paper turns into blue. It means it is the basic nature. Right, students? Basic nature. Washing soda used for cleaning property because it remove the dirt and grease from the clothes. Right? So whatever it is very common example in our household we are using. Whatever the oil stain or any oil stain, grease stains are stain our cloth, then what we have to do? We have to apply with washing soda, then it remove the dirt and grease. Right, students? Okay. The sodium carbonate decahydrate, the use of sodium carbonate decahydrate, it is used in the cleaning agent. Now only I seen a cleaning agent. It is remove the permanent hardness of water. Permanent hardness. Right, students? Whatever permanent hardness means, the some waters are hard water. It is can't able to drink, like a sea water. It is a hard water. Sea water is a hard water. It can't able to drink. To removal of permanent hardness, that is we called as the removal of permanent hardness purpose, we are using sodium carbonate. And it is usually manufacture of paper, glass and borax. Right, students? I hope you understood the today topic, students. If you find any doubt, then ask me, students. Thank you so much.